Today we've got this 2018 Chevy Malibu. Customer said she was driving it and she got reduced power and it slowed down. She was getting on the expressway. They've had the exhaust, the variable valve solenoid on the exhaust side done. They've also had the one on the intake side done. I think these have both been done twice, so I don't know. Who knows what we'll find, but we're going to get set up to scan it and make a determination maybe on what's going on. And it could be one of the parts that was used. Maybe it was, you know, a cheap Duralast part. Who knows? But we'll scan it and find out. Okay. Sorry about the glare here. Go ahead and go this route. Let's see what we get. All right, so we got a pretty good list here. I don't know if you can see it. Engine Underboost, battery sensor module, timer performance. We got a whole list here. All right, so we got a TSB here for the P0299 code. Talking about moisture in the intercooler or the CAC sits in front of the radiator here. And we did just have a recent like super low drop in temperature here in Michigan. It was like 32 degrees overnight, so freezing temperatures. I don't want to just go replacing anything. The code P0299 is for underboost, and this TSB addresses that. And it talks about draining the CAC of any water. So short trips, not allowing things to warm up, I guess, this seems more common than it should be, but it seems like it's moisture in the system. So I think we're going to move things around. We're going to pull it inside, and we're going to see if we can get any water out of the CAC, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we've got the wastegate solenoid here, and there's a technical service bulletin on this for moisture and oil, especially when temperatures drop and fluctuate. So it's TSB, it says bulletin number PIP 5812C. It covers Equinox, Cruise, Encore, Malibu, Trax, Terrain, all with the turbocharged 4 cylinders. It says remove the turbocharger wastegate regulatory solenoid valve. That's this part. It's under here. It's held on with T25 Torx. It says drain the turbocharger wastegate regulator solenoid by turning the valve upside down. I don't see much. I mean, there's oil in it, as you can see. And then it says use clean shop air regulated to 15 to 20 psi. Blow through all 3 ports, 1, 2, and 3 for 5 seconds each, and repeat that twice. So we'll set up and do that now. Regulated air. So we regulated about 20 psi. It said 15 to 20 psi. Repeat twice, so we'll do it twice. Okay. Stupid thing is leaking. There, no, it's not leaking. Alright, so we blew air through there. Now the next step on the TSB is check port 2. Okay, so port 2 is going to be, let's turn this around so it's oriented the same way. Check port 2. That's this one that comes off straight. Check port 2 to assure the spring gets lifted off the seat. This will be determined by the compressed air not deadheading back. when applied to port 2. When applying air to this port, a small amount of air should be observed at port 3. Okay, if this does not happen, the TCV plunger may have hardened deposits from hot operating conditions, which will impede the TCV plunger movement, and the turbocharger wastegate regulator solenoid valve should be replaced. Okay, so let's see. I'm assuming it's the same regulated air we were just working with. So we need to put air in here, and we need to see if it's coming out this other one. Set a small amount of air. Usually the way I do this, kind of feel it with my face, so that's what I'm gonna do here. Beard hairs serve a purpose other than just looking fantastic. I don't really feel anything coming through there. So, I hate just throwing parts at something though. But yeah, there's no air coming through the wastegate solenoid. Now it says in that TSB, if you apply air to this port here, 15 to 20 psi, and you don't get any through number 2, that this is likely not working correctly. This is the wastegate solenoid. So that's what we've done. I even put my mouth on it. No air comes back through it. TSB says if no air comes back through number 3, no air at all, that this should be replaced. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. All right, so we went to the dealership this morning and we got a new wastegate solenoid. So this one tests like it should. As I said before, this one wouldn't pass the test on the service bulletin. So we're gonna go ahead and install this one. It's pretty easy. Just keep track of your hoses. There's another hose down there that slides on this one, and then an electrical plug. So I'm gonna slide this hose on. Grab our needle nose here. Try and get this one started. Slide this thing up. Okay. So we got that. Now we gotta get this plug pushed on. Like that. Need to get this clip started here. So push that down. We'll make sure it's clipped in. All right, it is clipped in. Now we got these 2 hoses here. And then we have a screw on the bottom. Screw like this. It's a little bit difficult to sneak in here. It's a T25. It's a pretty tight spot here. I don't know if you can see it or not down there. Where I'm working. Underneath here. Get it started and then maybe. Okay, that's where it threads in the screw there. So we'll reposition all this. This was really difficult to get off. Kind of gotta climb. All right, doesn't feel like I started it properly. Nope. It must have went in next to it or something. That's not where it belongs. I think I got it in next to where it actually goes. Okay, right there is where it goes. I had it in next to it, so we'll spin this on with our fingers a little ways, and then we'll try and get the tool in here, and we'll play this game of small turns. It would be easier if I held it. I know that my hand's probably in the way here. Okay, that's tight. Now, we've got to put these hoses, these clamps back up here. About like that. We're going to do the same here. Slide them up. Okay. That's how you replace the wastegate solenoid. So now we're going to hook up the computer. We're going to fire up the car and clear the code and take it for a test drive and see how it does. All right, so we've replaced that wastegate solenoid, and here is our data on the charge air boost. So it looks like everything's okay. We'll get to a spot here. Okay, so ice detected in air charge cooler is no. Engine underboost due to ice in air charge cooler. High water content in oil, no. Everything seems to be working good. I've drove it a little while now, so I think we're all set. That wastegate solenoid didn't pass the test that was in the service bulletin. So a new one was like 38 bucks, one screw, you know, and a couple hoses. Getting to it's a little bit of a bummer, but it can be done. So I think we're all set. I know that there's issues with these concerning water, moisture in the intercooler or the charge air cooler. There's issues with moisture in those. So I didn't see, you know, a lot of moisture or anything in the piping, but I think all we can do now is drive it some, have her drive it, and kind of go from there. So everything, it's building boost, everything seems all right. And that's how you change a wastegate solenoid on a 2018 Chevy Malibu with a 1.5 liter turbo. If you have any questions, or if there's something that you saw that maybe I didn't catch when I was going over some of the information, please feel free to leave a comment. And you know, I'm never too good to learn or too old to learn, so let me know what you think or if this was helpful. Thank you for watching.